into my days. I speak peace to everything around me. I speak blessings, no fear, no lack, no delay. What God promised is coming. I speak it till I see it rise. I speak it right now. Some days you wake up wondering if anything is shifting, but listen, things grow even in silence. God works even when you feel nothing at all. So don't back down now. Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm getting used to this. I am getting used to this, and I'm learning every single day. Um, so, for those of you that are watching this for the first time, my name is Esther, and my channel is called Through Her Lenses. On this channel, I'll be mainly sharing personal journeys, lessons learned, mistakes made, and how the grace of God have led through the mistakes and the lessons and everything. Well, welcome. And so far, I've been sharing about my journey with depression. And today is the part 3 of that journey so far. For those of you that remember, I stopped last time at the point that I became married, and very quickly I'll mention that already at the age of 18 there was marriage proposals that were coming, and mainly family friends that were bringing uh, these people or these names, and mostly to my mom. They will come be like, oh, there is someone in America who is looking for a wife, and we think Esther is a good girl, she's this, she's that, so she will be a good fit. And for my mom, like I said, at the time, our situation was very, very bad financially, and she was the only one that was carrying the load. You know, she was the only one that was carrying the load. So today, as an adult, I understand uh, what those decisions were all about, and I understand the people that as well were thinking of helping by making the decisions that they were trying to make at the time. Because then I did not, I could not. There was no way I was trying to understand at the time. But today, as an adult that have assessed all this, I see it differently. And I was able to um, figure it out for myself, and be able to also forgive myself for mistakes made, and mistakes that adults at the time made as well. So very quickly, I mentioned that part of those suggestions, um, the fault happened to be my marriage, and listen, I divorced. You know, I decided to walk away. And already when we hear my story that I've been telling so far, I don't think you'll be surprised that I divorced. You know, for anyone who have gone through trauma, no matter the color of it, the level of it, the nature of it, from personal experience, I would say that it's always best to heal from some heavy traumas, to have a closure with your stuff, figure them out before you go joining your life with anyone else. Because in my case, like I said, I was already broken, I was in pieces, and I didn't even remember yet. You know, one thing about my specific journey was that I was surviving. I was in a survival mode for a long time, so I wasn't able to, all this did not come back to me in time until I got married and then had my son before it started coming back. And when that started, it was very hard. And very quickly, I first shared it with my godmother. Yeah, she was the first person I shared it with. I remember at the time I was actually, I had to go to a school to register to take dental assistant classes, and she and I were driving, and I'm like, God, I need to share this. I need to share this with someone, and I know that I can trust her. And you know, that's the blessing of having people that sees you, people that are there for you, people that understand you, um, people that got you, you know. And I knew that she was that safe place for me. So I just went ahead, and she happened to be the very first person that I would say this to. So I explained to her that I've never remembered, but this thing happened to me, and it all came back to me last night. Yeah, recently. And she was like, you should tell your husband, because at the time I was still married. She said, you should tell your husband, so you two should figure it out together, but he is the person you should tell first, you know. And I remember sharing all this. I went back home, and that very night, uh, I share it with now my ex-husband. I share I share it with him. But the thing is, he didn't have any tool to know how to even support me in this, you know. But I was in pieces. I was in pieces, and my marriage was already not, um, it was not good. You know, my marriage was already not good. I'm not going to get into that business here, but my marriage was already not in good health. You know, it was already not in good health. So I still share it. I still share all that with him. Um, but I'll remember that that will be the only time we ever talk about it. He never asked anything, how are you, nothing. But I just knew that my soul was disturbed. I was I was going through so much. I just needed help, you know. Fast forward, anything that happened just triggered all the pain that was already there. The broken little girl that was there could not understand anything around her, you know. And from there, uh, and I explained previously that every single touch led me to tears, you know. Every single touch led me to tears and pain and more. So eventually, I remember that eventually I had to make a decision, um, to separate myself away from the tears of intimacy, you know. So one first thing that I did was to separate room, you know, separate room from my then husband, or my ex-husband. Uh, so which I did, and I kind of have a temporary peace, because that's what my soul needed. So I had that, and I remember that one of those days I locked myself in the room all day, because first of all, I couldn't even accept that all this nightmare that I was having, all these images that were coming back to me, was me. You understand? I love asking you understand a lot, even in person. Um, so I was all the way down, right? So I end up locking myself all day, really depressed, really depressed. Uh, I had shame, I had guilt, I had everything that comes with being abused. I had all those negative emotions that comes with it, and the worst is, uh, when you don't even know how to ask for help while going through this, or where to start from, you know. uh, so it was hard. It was just hard. Plainly, it was hard. But that would be the very first time that I know that I was all the way down, deep down. I've never gotten to a place of wanting to die. Never gotten to that place like, oh, I want to go, I want to kill myself. I'll also say that I come from a society, a culture where I feel like people get depressed, but they can't even tell that they are depressed. Yeah, because we are so strong, if that's the word. Strong, we are people we are people that know how to face life. So it's rare to hear that, oh, this person died because the person is depressed. If there's anything, people work themselves out of the depression. They don't have the time to sit and even think about it, which is not like a good thing. It's not a good thing. I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but I'm just mentioning this. And that's also a reminder that if you're an African in African community, either back in Africa or here, depression is a real thing, you know. Even though mine did not go there, it's because of the grace of God. It's nothing else. I'm not going to grant that to the strength that we have, much more than I'll grant it to the grace of God. My love for God and my closeness with God did not give me the room to even think of taking my life or anything. But I was all the way down there. I was all the way down there. But I've always known that God loved me so much, so much, that I could not take my life. Understand?